Okay, hello and welcome to Tom Q's Tech Tips. Thought today we would do a quick review of the Logitech WebCam Connect, which you're looking at right now. It is designed for conferences, obviously, and for portability. I'm going to just, this little remote control actually just attaches magnetically to the unit. And so anyway, the attraction of this little guy is the fact that it's so portable. I've got two cables hooked up to it right now. One is for power and one is the USB that makes everything work. I don't technically have to have the power one hooked up. It's supposed to last for several hours in a conference situation with only the USB cord connected to it. Another draw is the Carl Zeiss lens, which I don't know if I can get this on an angle where you can see that, but it's got a pretty neat, pretty good quality little lens. There is a little wheel here on the unit that actually adjusts the angle of the lens. I find this little wheel is very difficult to move. You almost have to dig your fingernail into it to make it move up and down. I don't believe that is something that moves with the remote control. So if that isn't the case, somebody can let me know in the comments. But it will adjust with the remote control, but I don't believe it's actually moving the lens. It's got a microphone right here on the front and an additional one here on the back, which seems to be pretty good. I used it in a hangout on air last Saturday night, and excuse me. I thought the quality was pretty good, even though it was 4 or 5 feet away from my mouth. It also has on the back of it, it has HDMI for hooking up to a television and then displaying what's on your Android device on the television. That's absolutely useless to me because I use an Apple iOS device and that is not supported. Also has a little connector for a Kensington lock on the back, which is nice if you're leaving it in a place that that might not be too secure. You can see my little battery is flashing. That's letting me know that I'm not plugged into power, and then apparently it turns a different color when you get to a critical level. So anyway, also on the top, you've got a couple of different lights here. Of course, if you press and hold this one, it turns it on or off. You do have to press or hold to turn it off. These guys right here, just the slightest touch will change what this is doing. So I find this a little bit too sensitive because sometimes I just want to pick this thing up and maybe move it around to change to a different direction, and you can accidentally change what mode it's in, which could potentially cut off the sound or cut off the camera. So that is something I wish they would make a little bit less sensitive. Also, one thing I would have liked would have been a tripod mount on the bottom. So that is not there. So your only way of adjusting how this is going to, what this is aiming at is going to be by physically picking it up and moving it. So anyway, let's. I'm going to switch cameras right now. We've actually been looking at this using the Logitech C920, which frankly I find the quality to be as good as this device. Obviously, and it does have a built-in microphone as well. This has a very nice speaker that's built into it as well. And I have used this for a few days as a speaker for just various things on my computer. Speaker quality is way better than what's built into the Mac. So that was nice. All right, so before I make my comments about it, I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras here. So I'm just using Google Hangouts on air, so this is going to be totally without edits. So apologize for my coughing and any hems and haws and so forth. So, all right. So we're now using at least the camera portion of the Logitech ConferenceCam Connect, and because of some software that I'm using, I've had to turn off a feature. Actually, I think I'm going to turn it back on. I use the little software called Webcam Settings, which is about an $8 app from the App Store, and it allows me to adjust the lighting and so forth of the Logitech cameras. So I'm going to have to, because I'm switching back and forth the cameras, I have to turn off a feature that writes the. All right, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the little remote control, which has zooming. It has volume control. It has a mute, which if I press this button right here, it's going to mute the microphone, which actually I'm not using that mic at the moment. We'll test that in just a second. But watch what happens if I zoom in with the camera. So see how it's zooming and then jumping back to another position? That's because of the software that I have called the Webcam Settings. And because I have it set to switch back and forth between different cameras, in order to not have to redo lighting, I have it set to write the settings of the webcam back every 2 seconds. So I'm going to have to go into those settings and disable that feature. So I've just done that. So now I should be able to use the zoom. And this is a digital zoom, by the way. It is not an optical zoom. So I'm zooming in. I can pan up and down, but that little lens is not moving. So I think the panning is doing this digitally as well. It will not pan if you're zoomed all the way out like I'm doing right now. So now I cannot pan up and down. So this does not control the angle of the lens. It's some kind of a digital panning. You can also, if you're zoomed in, you can also pan left or right with the little remote. So all that's digital. You can see the jitteriness of it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead now also and switch to the microphone. By the way, I have been using the Samson GoMic, so that is what is being used right now. And I'm going to switch to the built-in. And here's the camera I've been using. So I'm going to switch to the ConferenceCam Connect microphone. And so you may be noticing a difference. I'm about 3 or 4 feet away. I'll go ahead and back up. So here's more of a conference room situation where the camera is not particularly close to the participant. I'll use the zoom feature again to zoom in. That's as far as it zooms with me sitting back, and there's a little bit of the tilting and the panning. All right, so anyway, I like the device. I just don't like the price of the device, and I don't think it's worth the money that they're asking for it. You can get so this camera right here you can get on Amazon for somewhere between $60 and $80. This microphone that the Samson GoMic is on Amazon right now for about $31 or $32. This combination is, it's not 5 times less than the combination of the Logitech. So unless you absolutely need the portability of this, I think for a conference room situation, this might be worth the money, but it's just too much of an investment. I think it was $430 something on Amazon when I got it, and just using it over the weekend. I think I'm going to pay the $10 and send it back. But anyway, you can judge from the quality. I'm going to zoom back out, and you know, I did get this for a situation where multiple people are going to be sitting around the room, but I believe with this little tripod that very inexpensive little tripod, I'm going to be able to send them this little Logitech C920, be able to pan and zoom, not pan, but not zoom. So it does, I'm not going to have that capability, but I'm going to be able to pan. I'm going to be able to pass the microphone around, you know, put it on a little mic stand or something. So anyway, we thought we would take a gamble on this and you know, see what a really nice, what the best to offer is. There is one product above this, I think, called the 3000E, which I'm tempted to look at because of the optical zoom that they've got, but it looks just a little bit too complicated for the place I'm going to be sending it to. So we're just going to go low budget with the Logitech C920 and Samson GoMic, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, before I send it back, I thought I'd give you a little quick tour of what this is doing. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Have a good day, and if you got any comments, leave them down at the bottom. Thanks a bunch. Bye.